What's up, everybody? So as you've probably heard by now, unless you're living under a rock or went to bed early last night and are just waking up now, someone tried to assassinate former President Donald Trump last night in Pennsylvania at one of his rallies. Now they have identified the shooter. The shooter is dead, but let's find out everything we can about the person that tried to assassinate former President Donald Trump. The source is linked in the description below, so you can go have a view for yourself. What we know about Thomas Matthew Crooks, the suspected Trump rally shooter. He is 20 years old. The FBI say the shooting by the 20-year-old gunman was an attempted assassination against the former president and Republican candidate. The FBI has identified 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks as the suspect in the attempted assassination of former U.S. President Donald Trump at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania yesterday. The suspect is a resident of Bethel Park in Pennsylvania, was shot and killed by the Secret Service seconds after he allegedly fired shots towards a stage where Trump was speaking at the rally on Saturday, just days before the Republican convention. Trump said on social media that a bullet pierced the upper part of his right ear before agents whisked him off stage. There are a ton of what are going to become some of the most iconic photos of all time of Donald Trump dropping down and then getting up with blood smeared across the side of his face, pumping his fist in the air in defiance. Those photos are going to become some of the most iconic, not just in the history of the United States, but all over the world. He offered condolences to the family of the rally attendee who was killed by the suspect. Who is Crooks, the shooter? Crooks lived about an hour away from where the shooting took place in Butler. He graduated in 2022 from Bethel Park High School, according to the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. He received a $500 Star Award from the National Math and Science Initiative, according to that newspaper. A 2022 graduation ceremony video cited by the New York Times shows Crooks receiving his high school diploma to some applause. Video from that ceremony posted online shows Crooks with glasses in a black graduation gown and posing with a school official. Your typical high school graduation. State voter records show that Crooks was a registered Republican, and the upcoming November 5th election would have been the first time Crooks had been old enough to vote in a presidential race. However, when he was 17, he made a $15 donation to Act Blue. It's crazy what they can find out about you in such a short period of time. A political action committee that raises money for left-leaning and Democratic politicians, according to a 2021 Federal Election Commission filing. The donation was earmarked for the Progressive Turnout Project, a national group that rallies Democrats to vote. How did he shoot? On Saturday, according to a video by California-based entertainment news site TMZ, Crooks is seen lying on his stomach on a rooftop with a rifle in hand. Somebody got a picture of this guy with a rifle in his hand on top of a roof. I don't know, before the shooting, after the shooting, do you suspect? I mean, nobody knows everything yet, obviously. Did he just lay there after he took the shot? He didn't try to get away? I mean, he was killed by Secret Service a few seconds later. I assume it was a few seconds later. But someone has a picture of him, laying there. But secrets, maybe it was after the shooting? Just weird. And nobody could do anything? Bizarre. The guy has longer brown hair and he seems to be wearing a gray shirt, khaki pants, and as you can see, he's clearly trying to pinpoint a target from afar before pulling the trigger. So somebody got a picture of this guy before, maybe they didn't know what they were taking, from before he pulled the trigger, but yet Secret Service didn't? Weird. Trump, 78, had just started his speech when the shots rang out. He grabbed his right ear with his right hand and then brought his hand down to look at it before dropping to his knees behind the podium before the Secret Service agents covered him. It's crazy that how many people are willing, it's their job to throw themselves in front of a bullet for somebody else. I tell you, I don't care who it is. Some people are just built different, that they're willing to throw their body on the line, stand in front of a bullet for anybody else outside of their own family. It's their job. They get a paycheck to take a bullet, possibly, for somebody else. I can't remember what news outlet it was last night, was interviewing someone that was former military. He was at the rally, and they were like, you must have been scared when you heard the shots rung off. His response was, when everybody else got down, he was like in the, not behind Trump, he was like in the other part. He was like, when the shots went off, I didn't go down. I stood up to see where the shots were coming from. Some people are just built different. Donald Trump emerged about a minute later, his red Make America Great Again hat knocked off. He could be heard saying, wait, wait, before pumping his fist in the air. Agents then rushed him back to a black SUV. A second video published by TMZ shows shaky footage of the same rooftop and a blurred body. You can see the guy there, a person says off camera. Maybe people went back and looked through their footage and to see if they got anything and saw him and didn't realize they saw it at the first time. It's just strange that there's at least 2 people out there that got footage of this guy before the Secret Service. I think they hit him because the guy, he looks dead. What's next? The FBI said investigations are ongoing to determine Crook's motive for the attack that came months before the presidential elections. We're looking at photographs right now, and we're trying to run his DNA to get biometric confirmation. Crooks' father, Matthew Crooks, 53, told CNN he was also trying to figure out what happened and would wait until he spoke to law enforcement before speaking about his son. USA Today reported that dozens of law enforcement vehicles have been stationed outside a residence listed as the address on Crooks' voter registration card. Agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives are also on the scene. A bomb squad is at the residence. Meanwhile, the perimeter of the residence of the suspect has been guarded by yellow police caution tape, and the Federal Aviation Administration has also closed the airspace over Bethel Park for special security reasons. Just absolutely wild, everything that went on yesterday, everything that's gone on in general in this political race recently, everybody wanting Joe Biden to drop out, Joe Biden calling Zelensky, Putin, just absolutely crazy, but nothing has topped and will likely top the attempted assassin. I mean, what are you going to do? Someone's actually got to get shot for this to get topped. The attempted assassination attempt yesterday, July 13th, 2024, in Pennsylvania, a former president and the Republican candidate for president running this November, former President Donald Trump. Just absolutely wild that this happened yesterday. What do you think? What are your thoughts? So many conspiracy theories out there already. I saw a few. There's some photos of a ladder that apparently that the people are saying that the shooter used to climb to the rooftop, that the Secret Service wasn't protecting. I don't know what's true. I don't know what isn't true. There's a ton of conspiracy theories out there already. What do you think? Let me know. Leave some comments below. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you again soon.